Hi, I'm Father Jim Forson, and I'd like to share with you a reflection on the gospel on this feast of the Holy Family. And as we celebrate this feast of the Holy Family, I want to say to all of you parents out there, today is your day to rejoice. Because if you have ever had, or maybe are currently having, difficulties raising your children, again I say, rejoice, because Mary and Joseph had problem raising theirs. And, and he was the Son of God. We see the difficulty in today's gospel. And it's kind of curious that the church would choose this passage, what we refer to as the finding in the temple, as the epitome of a holy family. You know, it begins with the celebrations in Jerusalem have ended and the family is returning to Nazareth. And Jesus, just on his own, decides to wander away. And then Joseph and Mary, realizing after a while that he's no longer with them, they start looking for him for 3 days. Now, can you imagine the anxiety you would have if you have lost your child for 3 days? And then when they finally find him, he's there in the temple with the elders, listening to them and responding to their questions. And Mary seems to be just beside herself. And she says to him, "Son, why have you done this to us? You know, your father and I have been searching for you with great anxiety." Now, it's hard to know from Mary's words what her tone is. I mean, is she angry with him? Is she chastising him? Is she just expressing all of her fear and anxiety? It's really hard to know. As it is with Jesus, to know what his tone is in his response when he says, "Why have you been searching for me? Did you not know that I must be in my Father's house?" I mean, what kind of an answer is that? Why have you been searching for me? Because you're our child and you've been missing for 3 days? What was Jesus's tone? Was he chastising them? Or was he just explaining himself to them? It's really hard for us to know. And the story ends with, they did not understand the words that Jesus was saying to them. Now, parents, have you not had that same experience of not understanding your child at all? Those moments when you say to your spouse, "That's your DNA, that ain't mine. I don't get this kid." So, why did they choose this reading to be the Holy Family? Well, maybe that begins first with what we understand a family to be. Now, when I was a kid growing up, if you asked me and my whole school of 500 kids, draw a picture of a family, I guarantee you the pictures would have been identical. Everybody would have drawn a mom, a dad, kids, grandparents, cousins, pets. That's it. That would be the understandable, the typical family. Back when I was growing up, there was no such thing as a multicultural family. They just didn't exist. There was no such thing as a multi-ethnic family. No. Divorce? No. Single parents? No. Gay parents? Forget it. That never happened. But if you were to ask children today to draw a picture of family, what it looks like, I guarantee you all of those images will be being used, because as we know, families come in all kinds of shapes and sizes these days. They come, typical mom and dad, absolutely, but they also come, as I said before, multicultural, multi-ethnic, single, divorced, gay, all across the spectrum. And so what does a family look like? It becomes so much more diverse than it ever was before, and I know that there's a lot of debate about what's the best model for a family. Is the best model for a family a mom and a dad? But what if the mom and dad don't get along with each other, or they don't love their kids? And isn't the best model the family that loves the kids regardless? And you know, I'm not even going to get into that. But there's one thing I'd like to add to it. I think the best kind of family is a holy family. And what makes a family holy? Well, Jesus said it in the gospel when he was responding to Mary and said, "Did you not know that I must be in my Father's house?" And a little bit more literal translation of my Father's house is, "Did you not know that I must be about my Father's business? What my Father is about, I am about." And in doing so, Jesus is clearly declaring to Mary and Joseph and to everyone in that temple who he is and who he is not. He is not simply a carpenter's son. Rather, he is the Son of the Father. And whatever it is that the Father is about is what he, Jesus, the Son, is to be about. And in fact, that word holy in Hebrew means to be set apart. Jesus was declaring himself to be set apart from the ordinary way of being able to see the son of a carpenter. He is something completely different. The family of Jesus, Mary, and Joseph was a holy family because that family was set apart from the other families that were around it, from the life that was around it. Set apart to be busy about God's business. Maybe that's the essential ingredient for a family, that it be a holy family, that it be set apart. That is to say, that it be busy about God's business. And when I say holy family, I don't mean just simply that it be, pious or prayerful. Nothing wrong with that at all. I wish every family would pray. Every night before they go to bed, they pray a decade of the rosary or kneel down and say their evening prayers or whatever it might be. That's wonderful. But when I'm saying a holy family, I mean holiness as reflected in that deep down desire to be good. Goodness that reflects God's goodness. That deep down desire to be merciful, to be compassionate, to be loving. That kind of goodness that just gives rise to such a graciousness of spirit. That's what holy means. That's what it means to be about the Father's business. And I think that is the essential ingredient for every family. I think when we ask ourselves, what is the best kind of family, the best model for a family? There's our answer. That it be holy, as was Mary, Jesus, and Joseph's family. Busy about the Father's business. So, today on this feast of the Holy Family, may your family be holy. May your family be set apart. May your family be busy about the Father's business. And may your family have within it that deep down desire to be good. May your family be a holy one.